Well, my name is Emmanuel Yiadom, and I'm pastoring a two-point charge here in the Metro District of the Western North Carolina Conference. I've been serving this capacity for the past 10 years, and I'm just loving it. All right. Actually, what drew my attention to participate in this Call and Gifted workshop was the topic, called and gifted. And I became curious. I said, wow, isn't that something? And the second part was that I felt like, after pastoring for a decade, there is that moment where I felt like, hey, in order to continue for the next decade, I need to refill my tank and seize that moment to be part of such, a great opportunity offered by the conference. It was great. Actually, that was my first trip down to, the hills, the Catholic Center, and I've always wanted to go there. So once again, it wasn't by coincidence. I believe that it was a dream, come true for me. So it was very invitational, very warm. But guess what? Maybe the second day we had a snow, of which we did not expect. So on the whole, it was great. I love it. I love it. The most valuable aspect of the workshop was actually, I believe, day two, where the theme was honoring, your call and living it well. And, that was an aha moment for me, so to say, that even reminded me of the Charles Wesley's hymn, a charge to keep I have, a God to glorify, a never dying soul to save, and feed for the sky. So it was a moment for me to embrace that and to honor that call as a privilege and living it well. What I did discover about my leadership strength was actually, I think, sixfold, right? Five, I believe. The first one was being strategic, in planning and, brainstorming three issues that there is an issue, I see it, coming. I'm able to kind of evaluate it and give a solution to it. And I think the second one, being an achiever, I've always wanted to attain a higher goal. And I think that saying the mind is a terrible thing to waste. I've always been a learner and I wanted to, that was a confirmation on that part for me. And I think the third was restorative, being able to kind of, move ahead, seeing what is ahead of you and also the past. And that was a confirmation as well for me. And I believe I have three more. Discipline also was also part that I'm disciplined myself and my kids, my family as a whole. And I believe the third one was being the fifth one was being responsible. That if I'm going to do something, I make sure I follow through it. So, yes, pretty much. And it was also an eye-opening. Hey, I knew I had this, but how sure, was I? Was I being just maybe prideful or something? But to hear other people saying it, right, and also confirming it with the group that we had was really, a moment once again for me to, see that. Yes, I was able to create, following the workshop, to create a development, plan, and it's been great so far. And I think the first one was being able to block off my Fridays and Saturdays because just remember, two-point charge is not easy. So I needed a time to be off, and not for myself, not to rejuvenate, but also for my family. So respectfully, I was able to, block the days off. And the second part, also being able to take charge of myself health-wise, at least 3 days a week. I'm engaged with a group in our community where, I mean, we do work out and we go to the gym, and on Saturdays too, once again, we play soccer. I mean, it's our favorite in our community. So it's been engaging, for me, and I think that, doing that has helped me, so much. Right, right. Actually, yeah, the workshop we're told that, hey, you can have $1,000 free. All right. That was a free given. So immediately when I came back, I was able to, put up the plan that I just mentioned, and also apply for the $1,000, which have been approved. Uh, the first one that I want to use for is attending Hardin Robinson's, preaching. It's a national preaching, conference that will take place in Boston in September. So I'm looking forward to being there, and also kind of to trace the footsteps of one of my heroes of our faith, John Wesley, the Wesley's family. So I'm planning to visit Europe, seeing the places where he proclaimed the gospel with such, passion, and I'm looking forward to it. In fact, the whole workshop was very invitational, I mean, warm, and I would like to really, in fact, the first, when I arrived, I told my wife, I mean, I wish you were there with me. All right. And she said, "Oh, I see some change in you already." And that was affirming, also. So I would like to encourage other people, either lay or clergy, who have not taken part of this called and gifted, workshop, to really run to it, not walk into it, because um, the workshop does not only just equip you or embrace the gifts and the talents that you have, but they fan the flame that you have, all right, within you. Just like my strength, I discovered, wow, that's really an eye-opening, and I need to use it well. So they embrace who you are, and they help you refocus as we walk on the journey together.